stand like you're going to do that interview. Stand over there so I can get your shot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Oregon Boys High School State Water Polo Championship. It all comes down to this. Separated by the Deschutes River, this year's championship will be number 1 versus number 2. East versus West. Red and black versus green and black. This is the Battle of Bell. Representing the Summit Storm, the number 1 seed, number 2, Chase Michael. Number 2, Dave Maloney. Number 4, the Summit Storm are coached by Hannah Gosney. And now it's time for Matthew Rose. Number 3, Tyler Rose. Number 5, Porter Rose. Number 6, Thomas Hamlin. Number 7, Riker White. Number 8, Jackson Unleashed the Kraken Outro. Parker Duffy. Number 10, Jack Nintakuta. Number 11, Christian Carlton. Number 12, Madden Potts. Number 13, Brody Keffer. Number 14, Caleb Mendoza Burks. Number 15, Kelvin McBride. Number 16, Jack Jones. And in the goal, number 1, Jake the Condor Ritchie. And number 1A, Sam Lemke. The Mountain Cougars are coached by Ryan Duffy. Boys, enter the war.
Hello and welcome to Juniper Swim and Fitness Center for the 5A 2024 Boys Water Polo Championship between Summit and Mountain View. We have the Battle of Ben here tonight. In pregame, I have Summit head coach Hannah Gosney. And Hannah, keys to the game here tonight as you take on Mountain View for the 4th time.
We're just going to come here cool, calm, and collected and play our game and communicate and put those balls back in the net.
I know Jackton is a great player, one of the top players in Oregon. What's your plan to stop him?
Yeah, we're just going to keep communicating on defense. If we need extra help back, we'll get it.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Good luck.
Thank you.
We are just about ready to get going here at Juniper Swim and Fitness Center in Bend, and you couldn't have written a better storyline. Two local teams, the Summit Storm and the Mountain View Cougars, battling it out for the 5A title. Now, these squads have played a number of times this year. Summit has lost the first two games between these two, 11-4, 14-13. Mountain View wins game 1 and game 2. And then just over a week and a half ago on October 24th, Summit actually beat Mountain View, most recently 7-5. Mountain View has 3 state championships historically in men's water polo. Summit 2 titles, their last in 2022, but this is a game that really has no clear favorite, and we have a phenomenal crowd on hand. Plenty of supporters here. Now, this game was supposed to be played in Corvallis, the standard location for the 5A water polo state tournament, but due to a roof leak, and with the top 2 seeded teams being here in Bend, Oregon, the tournament moved east of the Cascades. Now, how did both of these two teams get here? When they walked in the building yesterday, there were 8 teams still fighting for that 5A title. They advanced to the semifinals, and earlier on today, we saw Summit late this morning shave off Hood River Valley in an absolute thriller. Very close game. Summit up 7-3 midway through the 4th quarter in that game. Before the Eagles battled all the way back, Summit ended up hanging on by a thread, 8-7 to advance to the final. For Mountain View, is a little more of a straightforward path. They took on West Albany, and the Cougars simply outswam West Albany in the second half of that game, finishing 17-10. Some players to look out for on both sides today, starting with the Summit Storm. August Erber, number 12, one of the best defenders in the state. He'll certainly try to stop Jackton Hetrick on the Mountain View side. Hetrick wearing cap number 8, one of the top players in all of Oregon. You heard me ask Summit head coach Hannah Gosney about the Storm's plan to stop him out here today. My name's Peyton Thomas. Alongside me is Jacob Salau. So glad you could join us on your Saturday evening for some high school water polo, a title on the line for both of these squads. And like we said, they know each other very well. They've played 3 times this year, but the history goes much further back than that. A lot of these athletes playing club ball with one another for the Bend Waves. But this perhaps the biggest stage that they will have met on in their lives, as we see the Summit fans making noise before the opening sprint. Here we go. Robert North, our official on the near side, will blow his whistle in just a few moments, and we will be underway in the 2024 5A state championship game. The whistle goes, and we're off. Summit Mountain View title on the line. Stooling wins the sprint for Summit. He goes to Erber. Summit looking to spread the pool out on offense here tonight. Erber looks left for Horaeus. Lars Horaeus, he's defended by Mentuk Colleton. Looks inside, and it's picked away. A good defensive move from Porter Rhodes. Now Mountain View's first opportunity in possession. It looks near side for Tyler Rhodes. Rhodes cross pool, and it's picked away by Horaeus. Horaeus now on the far side, looking to outpace Hamblin. Horaeus instead looks back for Bram Gherkin, the experienced Summit keeper, long, lanky, an absolute brick wall in the semifinal earlier today. Here's Van Ess. Van Ess defended by Hetrick. Now back to Stooling. Stooling right at the 5-meter, takes the foul. Back up to point with Erber. Erber looking inside, and the tip is corralled by Winchell. He looked in for Stonich, and Stonich couldn't corral it. We're still scoreless here. Just over a minute in, the 5A 2024 state championship game, boys water polo. Summit and Mountain View, the Battle of Bend. Here's Hetrick. Hetrick spins and looks for open water. He gets around Van S. Now breaks it back outside. Just inside the 5-meter, Hetrick. Hetrick shoots, score! Cougars on the board first, and who else but Jackson Hetrick. Hetrick, over 100 goals so far this season, and no signs of slowing down for the senior, with several offers to play at the next level. Let's see how Summit respond. 5:30 to play here in the first quarter. Mountain View strike first. It's on the wing and taken away by Carlton. Carlton, open water. He has a stride on Horaeus, and Horaeus is ejected. Power play opportunity. They go right back to Carlton, and Carlton looking in. He has it taken away. And another ejection. 6-on-4 opportunity now for Mountain View. Hamlin will corral. Hamlin looks back out for Hetrick. Lots of open water for Mountain View to work with. Clock reads 22. They have the time and the space. Probing, looking for a way to beat Gherkin and extend this lead. They go cross stage, and Porter Rhodes doubles the Mountain View lead 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in. Summit now find themselves down early, a pair of goals. First Hetrick, then Rhodes. Now Summit on the far side, Stonich. Stonich is fouled. Michael. And Michael's pushed under by Tyler Rhodes. On the wing, and Michael gets it back. Michael on the point. Another common. Time for Summit to work here, and a turnover. Unforced error for Summit gives Mountain View another opportunity. They go back out for Tyler Rhodes. Rhodes at the point, defended by Erber. Rhodes pump faking, looking in, tries to find Hetrick. Defense collapsed, and Stonich. Well, Stonich had a hand on it, but it's Hamlin who will win it back, wearing the number 6 cap for Mountain View. Another common foul. Carlton draws it. Now looks in for Rhodes. Tyler Rhodes battling on Erber. Far side of the cage. Hamlin offside, inside the 2-meter, and turns it back over to the Storm. Massive defensive possession right there for Summit to keep this game close. 2-0 here, halfway through the first 8 minutes of play. Mountain View 2, Summit 0. Stonich working for inside water on Hamlin. He's driving right side, pushing Hamlin back, and shoots the skip shot. Save. First good save of the night from Jake Winchell. And another turnover, off-ball turnover, contact from Hetrick. Gives it right back Summit's direction. They'll try to beat Winchell for the first time tonight. Hoffman. Back for Stonich. Stonich looking in. In set, that's Michael. Michael kicks back out for Hoffman near side. Hoffman on the 4-5, and it's taken away. Rhodes got the better of Hoffman in the inside water. Now it's the Cougars' turn to work. They're up a pair of goals here. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Porter Rhodes. Inside for Hetrick. Hetrick already a goal tonight, and he draws the foul. Well, Summit had massive ejection issues in the semifinal. Haven't seen too much of that so far. The shot is blocked, the field blocker, Van S. And we get a stoppage. Good play defensively there from Van S to cut down the angle, stick the hand up, there was another foul on the inside that awards Jackton Hetrick the 5-meter, despite the plea from Hannah Gosney. And Hetrick buries it, no doubt about it. Hetrick goes for the skip shot. He beats Gherkin up high to his left, and Mountain View up 3-0 here in the first quarter. Not a lot that Mountain View has done wrong so far tonight. We get back underway, 2:37 to play in the first quarter. Mountain View up 3. Summit only one real shooting opportunity so far tonight. That was saved by Jake Winchell, the sophomore, in net for Mountain View. Ejection, 6-on-5. This is a great opportunity for Summit to get on the board. Hoffman near side has open water. Still Hoffman looking in. The righty instead looks back out for Michael. Michael walking it in. Looks back out for Hoffman right. Hoffman, the 6 cap inside. Spits back out for Erber. Scores. A well-executed 6-on-5 opportunity, and the Stormer on the board. Erber gets the Storm on the board. Mountain View looking to answer. 3-1 Mountain View, 2 to play in the first quarter. Rhodes looks in. That's Carlton with his back to the defender, Lars Horaeus. Now forced to reset. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Far side, Hetrick will be forced to shoot the common foul. And Hetrick dumps. 3 seconds left on the clock. Hetrick jumps, and Mountain View will reset defensively. So Summit, a rocky start, but down just 2. Horaeus for Michael. And after a mess inside, it's easy for Winchell, who gets the pass back. Rhodes slowly works it up the pool, and a turnover. Off-ball foul gives it right back to Summit, who now look to break on the counterattack. Over the top for Michael. Michael fight for it, and he was a stroke short of Rhodes, but they say Rhodes fouled Michael, so Michael will take it on the far side. He looks up the point for Horaeus. Horaeus over to the wing for Stonich. Stonich, a couple of Cougars on him, looks to take it straight past him, and he was about a stroke away from doing just that. Instead, Rhodes able to dump back. Another successful defensive possession for Mountain View. The Cougars look very strong defensively so far. The only goal coming on that 6-on-5 power play opportunity where August Erber struck from the point. Besides that, it's been all Cougars so far today. The Cougars looking inside again, ball under turnover. Full shot clock to work with here for Summit that could wrap up this exciting first quarter in the Battle of Bend. Another off-ball turnover. It'll be the Cougars' last chance to put something else on the board before we head into our first break. .15 to play. Winchell. Outlets right for Rhodes. Rhodes already has a goal tonight. And Mountain View just fine to take this in. They'll take one shot at the end of the quarter, which is saved by Gherkin. And we finish the first 8 minutes of play. Mountain View 3, Summit 1. The Cougars coming out strong defensively, and their fans making noise here at the Juniper Swim and Fitness Center. You're watching the 5A Boys 2024 Water Polo Championship. We're back in 90 seconds. fans making some noise to kick off the second quarter here of the boys 5A Water Polo Championships. Cougars take a 3-1 lead into the first break here at Juniper Swim and Fitness Center. My name's Peyton Thomas. This stream provided by PTOM Media. Thanks for joining us this evening. The Storm looking to rebound after they didn't find much rhythm offensively in the first 8 minutes. The lone goal coming off the power play opportunity. Mountain View goals coming twice from Hetrick and once from Porter Rhodes. And we're underway here in the second quarter. Stooling sprinting against Mentuk Colton. And Stooling gets the better of him. Summit the first to work. Van Ness on the wing. Van Ness looks to the flat for Stooling again. Stooling the sprinter. Looks inside. Michael has some inside water and an ejection. Porter Rhodes goes out, another 6-on-5 opportunity. Summit can slice the lead in half here. Mountain View still up 3-1 early on in the second quarter. Stooling walks it back to the middle. Here's Erber. Erber, the lone scorer for Summit, tries to double his tally, but it's wide. Winchell, Mountain View counterattack, and aggressive out of the cage is Graham Gherkin, the junior goaltender. Coach Gosney called him a force as he beats Hetrick to the ball and sniffs out the counterattack. Michael wants the foul, won't get it. Summit have looked into Michael their whole set a number of times, and so far he has nothing to show for it. Mountain View looks in for Hetrick. Horaeus, great help defense there from Horaeus, the junior. Picks it out. A little bit of help from Erber on the inside. Now outlet to Stooling, far side. Stooling on McBride. He looks inside again, and Michael just can't find the space inside. Mountain View doing a great job defending at 2 meters. Well, the Summit offensive strategy heading into this one was to spread that ball around and find the open players. But without a presence inside from Michael, they have not found those shooters open very often, and we get a stoppage. Timeout. And with 5:27 left in the second quarter, Summit trailing. It's Mountain View 3, Storm 1. Summit coaching staff giving the final instructions to the Storm players in the pool right now. The fans, the large Summit student and fan section that showed up tonight have not had too much to cheer about. Just one August Erber goal for Mountain View. Hetrick has 2, Porter Rhodes has 1, and we resume at 3-1 Mountain View. Second quarter, state title game for the 5A classification. Both of these teams playing on home turf tonight at Juniper Swim and Fitness in Bend. Van Ness. Summit looking for some offense. Michael trying to get position on the inside, and he's forced outside the post. Instead, it's toward the far post. Defense collapsing on Stonich, and Stonich gets it out to the wing. Horaeus goes right back for Stonich. Stonich turns his man for inside water. Here's Stonich. He shoots near side. It's saved out front by Winchell. Well, a good individual play there from Stonich, but no end result. No scoring so far here in the second period. as we're just over 2 minutes into it. Mountain View trying to change things right here. 10 left on the possession clock. Rhodes inside 2 for Goss. And Goss turns it over. Pass a little too far for him there. Instead, Gherkin will look to outlet for the Summit possession. Michael. Michael, the Storm's home set, will push it back in play, make it live, and then finds Horaeus. Horaeus cross pool for Erber. Hetrick aggressively pushing on Erber, and Stuhling's foul. Now Stuhling, right at the 6 meter. He walks it out. Still Stuhling, the righty. A give and go with his set. And Stuhling fires easy. Save for Winchell. Winchell about a half dozen saves now, and he's making it look easy, but he can thank those field blockers in front of him as well. And a timeout. I believe we got an adjustment before that to get things sorted here. A timeout for Mountain View. 4 minutes to play in the second quarter of the boys 5A state title game. Mountain View 3, Summit 1. Both sets of fans making noise as we get ready to resume the second quarter. There was an ejection before that last timeout whistle. It's Logan Goss. Excuse me, that's Jace Michael. Jace Michael, cap 2 for Summit. That will bring Mountain View on the 6-on-5 opportunity. Mountain View taking their time. Out for Rhodes. Rhodes for Mentuck Culleton, who's crafty on his way in. And Mentuck Culleton adds to the Mountain View lead. No, it was waved off. I believe that went outside the cage. My apologies. Still 3-1 Mountain View. Mentuck Culleton did not find the back of the cage. So instead, Summit will work. 3.5 to go. Michael looking inside, but the help defense from Mountain View stifles him. Rhodes. Down low, the 1-2 side for Mentuck Culleton. And Erber making his presence felt. His coach called him one of the top defensive players in the state, and he shows you why. Stuhling. Stuhling surveys for options. He finds Horaeus at point. Horaeus goes to the 1-2 side, a shot, and it's wide. Stonich stopped by Winchell. Summit get it at the 2. And another pause, 2:52 to play. As Mentuck Culleton will head out of the ball game with a bloody nose, a visibly bloody nose. So Mentuck Culleton comes out of the game and Mountain View will sub. He takes his care package. And we are back underway. Stuhling shoots from long range, and Winchell having a great game so far, the long, lean goalkeeper for the Cougars. Carlton very good in that semifinal game, and he's been quieter here so far in the final. Still Carleton, 4 left. They look low, and the shot at the end of the clock, well, it goes out for 2 meters. Gherkin couldn't keep it in play. Instead, he knocks it back over the cage, and Mountain View will retain. Hetrick, pump fake. Now looks at the near post for Rhodes, and Rhodes tries to lob far cage, but not enough as Gherkin sniffs it out. Erber. Summit counterattack there if they want it. As the Cougars retreat, get into position defensively. Michael shoots, skip shot off the crossbar. Still no love for the Summit Storm on offense. This game a defensive one, and that's about what it looked like the last time these two teams met, just over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. 7-5 Summit win. That was on October 24th. Minute 15 to play. Mountain View 3, Summit 1 here in the second quarter. And an ejection on Hetrick will put Summit back on the power play, and they need one here. Still scoreless second quarter. Summit trying to trim into that Mountain View lead. Far side for Herreas. Back up to the point, lobbed over for Van Ness. Van Ness surveys Stonich, blocked out front. Great field block by Kellen McBride. McBride, number 15 for Mountain View. He was out all freshman year with an illness, then broke his finger to start the year this year, and he's returned just in time for the playoffs, and Mountain View loves having him back. The coaching staff said to stick with it and believe in yourself, repair those broken pieces, and he's looked great so far today in the state finals and the semifinal earlier on. 30 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Mountain View lead by a pair. Hetrick. Rhodes throws a couple fakes Erber's way. Still Erber defending. At point for Rhodes. Hamblin, the righty on the 4-5 side, surveys. 3 seconds left on the clock, and it's lobbed to Gherkin. Gherkin will take a shot at the end of the half, and a defensive first half between Summit and Mountain View in the boys' final. So
Second quarter. she turned and just looked not looking at me. You're welcome. It's okay. It's okay. No flag guy this time. No flag?
Good luck, man. Less fans than the ladies game. It's us, huh? And all of Hood River games. So.
Yeah, they've got this cool Mountain View flag that looks like it. No, it's the old MTV logo. Yeah. It's really cool. It's like an old MTV logo. Me too. Check. You go hiking with a hat on or something?
I've heard their show, but thank you.
I don't even know what that is.
NBS? I always hike with a hat on. Hello.
Just gotta let go, man. Just gotta let go.
Welcome back to live broadcast coverage of the 5A Boys Water Polo State title game. The Battle of Bend, Mountain View, and Summit, the Cougars, leading 3-1 as we get underway here in the third quarter. And a stoppage. I think someone might have left early. Hoffman gets the explanation, and the number 6 cap for Storm will put Summit back on offense. The Storm just 1 goal in the first half. Haven't seen that very many times this year. Horaeus, and a ball under, turns it back over. Horaeus is working on a couple of different Cougar defenders. Mountain View look to counter. We spoke with Mountain View head coach Ryan Duffy at halftime. He said he's looking for his players to get into the right positions to expand this 2-goal lead that they took into halftime. Stonich for Erber, the lone Summit scorer. Horaeus inside water, and a 5-meter called as Horaeus takes the pass and puts the Mountain View defender on his back, and Duffy, the one penalized. So a big opportunity for Jace Michael, who can shoot from anywhere, and it's saved out front by Winchell. Michael's 5-meter shot saved. He tried to skip it off the water, and Winchell simply beat him to the spot. Michael. Back up to the point for Horaeus. Now on the wing with Fisher. We haven't seen much of Fisher this game, just subbed in. We saw a lot of him in the semifinal earlier today when Summit escaped with an 8-7 win over Hood River Valley to reach this title game. Mountain View, they took care of business 17-10 over West Albany. Still a 3-1 ball game. Into the third quarter here, Mountain View leading Summit in the state title game. Summit, great counter-attacking team. We haven't seen much of it so far as Gherkin unloads for Michael. Hoffman inside, he was looking for Erber. I think it got deflected out front, easy for Winchell to corral. But we had a scoreless second quarter, and so far scoreless here in the third. Two great defensive groups doing battle. Erber inside Hetrick. Well, the ball turned over before Hetrick put it in the back of the net, and now Hetrick's ejected for doing just that. And a timeout. Timeout called by Summit, who will have the 6-on-5 opportunity when we come out of the break. Well, coming into this game, Summit wanted to highlight what they believed were some mismatches around the pool. Summit considered themselves a very deep roster. A lot of ejection issues in that semifinal game. Half of the starting lineup for the Storm was ineligible to play by the time we got halfway through that fourth quarter, and that was part of the reason the Storm had to hang on for dear life against Hood River Valley. But so far they have not found a lot of that open water or those mismatches that the coaching staff and some of those key players wanted to find heading into this game. So far, it's Mountain View 3, Summit 1, 5:04 to play here in the third quarter. Hetrick has 2 goals, one of the best prospects in the whole state of Oregon. Several college offers, a 100-plus goal season for Hetrick this year. And then the freshman Porter Rhodes also got on the board early. Is August Erber, who's the lone goal scorer, cap number 12 for Summit. And as Erber gives the rest of his crew instructions, the Storm get ready to work on offense. Ball's back in the pool, and we are ready with 5:04 to play here in the third quarter. Stooling. 4-5 side for Horaeus. Stooling walking it in and fires. Stooling got his suit out of the water, but couldn't find the back of the net. A powerful shot goes just wide. Now Mountain View wanted to work on the counterattack, but that ball went out of play. So instead, Winchell has to take it back behind his own 2 meters. Hetrick. And a turnover. Offensive foul somewhere in the scrum, and an ejection on the other side as Rhodes will go to the corner. Another 6-on-5 opportunity for Summit. They capitalized on one, but blank on a few others as the Storm look to get back on the board. Just 1 goal so far tonight. 3-1 Mountain View here in the 5A state title game. Erber, he's the lone goal scorer. Erber on the far side. He lurks around his field blocker and scores. August Erber showing off here in the title game. The junior doing it on both sides of the ball. He's got 2 goals and a number of stops defensively. He's been matched up inside with Jackton Hetrick, one of the toughest assignments that you can ask for. 3-2. The Mountain View lead drops to just 1 after Erber counts his 2nd goal of the night. Mountain View look for the response. Here's Potts. Now for Rhodes, the senior. Rhodes, the skip shot saved out front by Gherkin. Mountain View with their first chance to equalize since early in the first quarter. It is a 3-2 ball game here, just under 4 to play in the third. Horaeus far side, he's inside 5, looks to draw the foul, no whistle. The pass gets blocked up front, and Erber somehow ends up with it. Erber inside 2, still Erber, and Erber has a hat trick. August Erber is putting the Storm on his back and has tied up the ball game. What a move from August Erber. The pass came in, it was deflected. It didn't look like he even had a chance, but he works around his defender, works around the field blocker, and beats Jake Winchell in goal to tie up the ball game. 3-3, we are all knotted up. it seemed through the greater part of the first half that Mountain View controlled the momentum here in the building. But in the last 90 seconds, as August Erber tallies his second and third goal of the night to tie up this ball game at 3, it's given the Summit Storm faithful a reason to yell. Summit looking for their first title since 2 years ago. Still a couple of players on this roster who were on that championship winning team back in 2022. Mountain View, they haven't won since 2016, but Mountain View has the overall tally. They have 3 state championships. The Cougars do, to the Storm's 2. So the Storm not only playing for the state title tonight, but the chance to knot up the all-time state championship tally between these 2 Central Oregon water polo powerhouses. We're back in play with 3:30 to go. Tie ball game, 3 apiece, Mountain View Summit in the 5A state title game. Rhodes, defended by Stonich, and the pass from Rhodes is off the mark, intended for Mentuck Colleton. Picked away by Stooling on the pass, and right back, it's still loose, and the ball under gives it back to Mountain View. Counterattack opportunity, Summit made their way down the pool, and ejection. 6 on 5, Mountain View will work with it. Hetrick at the far post, he looks back up on the wing. Point for Carleton. Mentuck Colleton has some space, could walk it in, instead goes to the 4-5 side for Rhodes. Rhodes, the righty, looks back for Mentuck Colleton, and it's off the mark. 12 seconds to go in the Cougar man-up opportunity to retake the lead that they very quickly lost. Mentuck Colleton, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, right in the arms of Bram Gherkin. And another ejection going the other way. I believe that's Jackton Hetrick's 3rd ejection, and if that's his 3rd ejection, he will not step back in the pool, and that fundamentally changes this matchup. Hetrick, maybe Mountain View's most critical player on the inside, has taken his 3rd ejection here in the 3rd quarter. Summit have come from behind to tie this game up. Erber looks for his 4th goal of the night, and it's off the top of the crossbar. Back with Erber at the point. Well, this game is totally different than we saw just a moment ago. And another ejection as Duffy sent Kellen McBride into the game early. So McBride will go back out, and Summit will return to the man-up opportunity. Here's Erber. What an opportunity for the Storm. Erber, huge save from Winchell. Off his hand, off the top of the bar and out. Now McBride will rejoin and give Mountain View even strength. Counterattack. Carleton, ball under, turnover. The Cougar fans can't believe it as the ball turns right back over for Summit. 3-3 ball game. Jackton Hetrick with 2 goals for Mountain View is out of the ball game. The senior has 3 ejections and another off-ball turnover. You have to believe that Summit have a huge opportunity to grasp this game that they trailed for most of the first half and to start off the second half. Rhodes, he's got a goal tonight. He's the only goal scorer still left in the pool for Mountain View. Here's McBride. Shot skips over the cage. They say it got touched on the way out and will return to 2 meters for Mountain View.
Coach, you gotta sit down.
Minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. All knotted up at 3. Mountain View looking to regain the lead. Duffy. That's Hamblin, rather, for McBride. McBride at the point. The lefty shoots, and it's off a field blocker and away. Good field block from Stooling. Will earn possession back as we have an extra ball in the pool. Get that away, and Gherkin can outlet for Summit. Common foul at the top for Stooling. Stooling, mid-pool. He looks left for Michael. Ball inside, and Winchell the first to it. There was a foul anyway. 27 on the possession clock, 30 on the quarter clock here in the third. 3-3 ball game between Mountain View and Summit. Offensive foul turnover. Summit working up the pool. Counterattack opportunities there if they want it. Instead, they'll slow it down back to Gherkin. Stooling. Last chance of the quarter. Inside, water. It goes off Winchell's hand on the goal line. No goal. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Winchell gets it out. Last gasp opportunity saved by Gherkin. Summit inches away in the final 10 seconds of the third quarter to take their first lead of the ball game. Instead, we head in to the final period of play, knotted up at 3, a defensive battle in the state title game, the Battle of Bend between Mountain View and Summit. Wow. Well, both of these squads putting on a show for us tonight. And most of these guys in the pool already played a full game earlier today in the semifinals, and then again last night in the quarterfinals. Of course, both of these squads advancing, winning those games. But I asked both head coaches earlier today after the semifinals if they were concerned about fitness. And you know, these teams, they prepare for this grueling day all year. And they're well conditioned for that amount of water polo in such a short period of time. And we haven't seen much waning energy on either side of the game. Now, as we go into the final period of play, we're all square. But if you read between the lines, it's a brand new ball game after Jackton Hetrick took his third ejection a few minutes ago, and we will not see him at all in the fourth quarter. Hetrick, one of the top players in the state, certainly in 5A, a number of college offers. He scored twice earlier on in this game. And now it will be on the rest of his teammates to try to bring the state title back to Mountain View for the first time since 2016. Both of these squads playing in home water right now. Typically the state finals in Corvallis, due to a roof leak, they're over here in Bend, and the top two seeds in the tournament, Mountain View and Summit. Summit number 1, Mountain View number 2. They both advance to the title game, which is where we are here. Put 7 minutes on the clock. That's all we have left to decide who will be the 5A state champion on the boys' side this year, Mountain View or Summit. Mountain View 3, Summit 3. Here's the final sprint of the 2024 high school season. And it's won by Mountain View. Rhodes has Carlton to his right. He looks that way, pump fakes. Hoffman puts the hand up, inside water for Carlton. Gherkin comes out of the cage. And Gherkin is ejected, which will put Stonich back towards the cage, and now Mountain View a man up, and Summit has no goalkeeper. And the pass back is intercepted by Erber, who read it perfectly. Erber playing an incredible game for Summit. That was a golden opportunity for Mountain View with no Bram Gherkin in the cage. And now open water. Here's Van Ness, lobs it over the cage. It was tipped on the way out, 2 meters. Huge opportunity for both sides to open up this fourth quarter, and neither could execute. And we remain tied at 3. Van Ness, who tried to lob Jake Winchell just a moment ago, will pick it back up. And we're live once again. Here's Carlton. Excuse me, that's Stonich. Stonic defended by Rhodes. Stonic looks to spin his man, and he gets the common foul. Erber inside. Michael tries the redirect turn. It was a good attempt, and Winchell was there to make the save. Winchell was in the right spot. Six minutes to go. We are tied up at 3 here in the Battle of Bend for the 5A state title. Rhodes. Rhodes passes to his brother. Here's Tyler Rhodes, the senior, working inside on Stonic. He lobs far. Cage, and not far away there from Rhodes, rather. Now here's the Summit counterattack. Michael, open water, taken down from behind. A 5-meter opportunity. It will be Michael, who, well, it's Erber instead who will take this 5-meter. Michael took the foul, and he took a 5-meter earlier on in the game but missed, so instead they hand it to Erber, the hot hand. He has 3 goals so far today and a number of defensive plays. As we get things organized, 5:43 to play. Erber to put Summit up. August Erber 4, Mountain View 3. And we get a timeout with 5:43 to play. How about the game that August Erber is playing? The coach has told me he's known for his defensive leadership on this team. He's flashing it on both sides of the pool tonight. The number 12 cap for Summit is balling out. 4 goals for him. And that gives Summit their first lead of the ball game first lead of the ball game. .43, Summit, their first lead of the ball game, 4-3 over Mountain View. Mountain View looking for the answer. Mountain View has not scored since the first quarter. We are well into the 4th here. 5:35 to play before we crown a champion here tonight. Another empty possession. The Cougars just can't get it working on offense. Erber walking it in. Inside pass to Van Ness, and Van Ness is taken from behind. Another 5-meter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Erber step up to take it again. That was Ethan Van Ness, the junior, who drew the foul. And I believe Porter Rhodes just took his 3rd exclusion foul, which will keep him also out of the ball game. He'll join Hetrick on the bench. Here's Erber. He has 4 already tonight, and he misses the cage on the 5-meter, a show of frustration, as well as the Summit number 12 returns to the defensive side of the pool. 5 to play, big bullet dodge there for Mountain View, but now 2 of their key players out of the ball game. Potts, a freshman, scored in the semifinal. He lobs past to the far side, but Stooling of Summit is the first one to it. Summit 4, Mountain View 3. The top-seeded Storm are leading in the 5A state title game with under 5 to play. Lob in for Michael. Instead, Winchell, and Michael fouls Winchell, will have to retreat. Mountain View have not scored since the first quarter. Untuck Colleton looking to change that. He goes for Potts. Potts inside water for Rhodes. And Rhodes has it stolen away. Good job from Michael to keep him off the ball defensively and allow Erber to sweep in and grab the ball back for Summit. Michael, offensive foul. Opportunity for Mountain View. Rhodes puts the ball live, and another foul on the opposite side of the pool on Parker Duffy that will turn the ball over, and we get a whistle. Timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. Summit 4, Mountain View 3 here in the fourth. Well, we've gotten to the most grueling part of the night for the fans and the players. Several players on both sides getting a cold water bottle over the head in that last timeout. They already played another game today in the semifinals and trying to take victory here in the finals. The quarterfinals were last night, all here as part of the state finals tournament at Juniper Swim and Fitness in Bend, Oregon. We have the battle of the town between Mountain View and Summit. Summit 4, Mountain View 3, under 4 to play. Gherkin restarts. What a night for August. Erber, who drives, he tried to flick it up with his foot, but the defender got in the way, and now Erber will take the foul. What a night for Erber, but he couldn't find his 5th goal of the contest there as the pass looked inside. Rhodes. Rhodes defended by Stonich. Summit defending a 1-goal lead as their first lead of the ball game. Mountain View have not scored since the first quarter. Near side post for Tyler Rhodes. Rhodes, the defense helps, drops, and Michael takes it away, and the foul. Summit are 3 minutes away from a comeback defensive victory. Mountain View trying to change the script. Stonich, ball under. Counterattack opportunity in for Carlton. Carlton a stroke ahead, and he goes on top of Erber, who draws the foul. Erber once again keeping the Storm in front. Now Storm counterattack, wide open for Horaeus. Horaeus on the board. Horaeus on the counterattack. Summit told me before the game that the counterattack was going to be huge, and they didn't have a true counterattack goal until that one right there, and it could not be bigger. It's a 5-3 Summit lead with 2:44 to go. The Summit fans can start to feel it now with under 3 to play. In a game where goals have been hard to come by, they lead by 2 late on here. head coach for Mountain View, Ryan Duffy, chatting with our head official, Robert North. And I believe there's a conversation going on. It seems that Summit tried to call timeout before that goal was scored, before the counterattack. They did not get it in. The goal counts. The goal counts from junior Lars Horaeus, and Summit now lead by 2. Mountain View have been stuck at 3 for a long time, looking to break that seal back open. 2 key players out for Mountain View, Hetrick and Porter Rhodes, both on dry land as the Cougars try to get it done without them. Here's Potts. Potts, the righty, shoots. Gherkin keeps it out of the cage. The skip shot, he knocks it down. Well, with 2 minutes to go, Mountain View is going to need a lot to go their way here. They'll need a pair of stops and a pair of goals, which have not come easy tonight. The last matchup between these two, a Summit win, 7-5. This one playing out a little like that one. Here's 5-3. Backhand shot, scores! And it feels like it could be Summit's night. David Stonich in his final game as a Storm water polo player, and he gets the love from Erber and from Van Ness as he puts the Storm up 3 goals with 2:10 to play. Stonich so crafty with the ball. Gets his first goal of the night. Summit starting to feel the title. We will crown a champion in less than 2 minutes. Turnover. Mountain View ball with 1:52 to play. Carlton. The Summit fans acting as an 8th man in the pool, a 7th man in the field, trying to push their boys on. 1:38 to go, and it's another turnover. The path to victory looking slimmer and slimmer for the Cougars, as a goal here could ice it. Stonich. Ball under turnover. Last gasp for Mountain View. 1:21 to play. They need to score, and they need to do it quickly. It's 6-3 Summit lead here in the 4th quarter. Inside, shot saved by Gherkin. And with 1:07 to play, we get a stop. It stays at 2 meters. .106 to play. Last gasp for Mountain View here. Carlton. Near side, still Carlton, defended by Stonich. Carlton flips his man for inside water and ejection for Stonich. 6-on-5 opportunity under a minute. They have to convert, and they need to do it quickly. Potts walking it in, trying to keep the Cougars alive. He shoots, and it's saved by Gherkin. And that may ice it for Summit with just 47 seconds to play. The Storm lead by 3 and are closing in on their 3rd state title, which would match Mountain View's tally all time. What a game for August Erber, who could add his 5th goal. Instead, he looks outside for Horaeus. Horaeus, and icing on the cake, Lars Horaeus. Summit 30 seconds away from a state title. right, we'll see how long we've got. How much is that? We'll see how long we've got. 25 seconds, Summit 7, Mountain View 3, the Storm set to capture their third title, and this counterattack could add to that lead. The Storm were trailing 3-1 at halftime, and they have gone unanswered here in the second half. They kept Mountain View out of the net in the final 3 quarters of play here tonight. The Storm, the top seed, will toss it up in the air for a state title. Put the coaches in the water. Get JV over here too. The Summit Storm are 5A boys water polo champions for the 3rd time. That's all we have here for you tonight. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday evening here with me. I'm Peyton Thomas, Jacob Salau running camera. Thank you, of course, to Gene, Hannah, Ryan, and everyone else who helps make the Bend water polo community what it is. The Summit Storm champions, a 7-3 win here at Juniper over the Mountain View Cougars.